Namaste and welcome to class. And thank you for sitting with me with your undivided attention. Today we are going to talk about harmonization and detachment. Have you noticed during your life that some people comes into your life and they go, and some others come and they go? That process of coming into your life and going out into your life is a natural state of the flow of creation or the different informations. See, we think, for example, when we get married, that marriage should go until the end of our life. And that Disneyland kind of approach can injure really the process of new relations as a way to expand. Mostly new relations to different parts of you. So to understand harmonization, we need to think of you as the receptacle of divine energy, a spiritual energy, Christ energy, whatever name you want it. You are a vessel, a computer that is constantly upgrading yourself to new perspectives, to new ways of learning, basically. And in that learning, when you are open to it, new people that sustain in complementary and supplementary ways come into your circle as a way of promoting your growth. In that agreement of both counterparts, you have very clear and defined outcomes. Number one is, let's both together learn and feel ourselves with more divine energy as we exercise and open a space within to be filled up. So that's the number one basic thing. That's why the same goal is so important in relationships. It's not the goal in, oh, let's have money or let's grow the kids. That is important too. But at the level of the detachment, when you say, okay, I am finished with this relationship, and instead of putting problems in your head, oh, it's because this or that, or instead of putting problems is, have we finished harmonization? Have we finished our contract? Naturally, you feel that sense of disengagement where you are not that interested in interacting within yourself in front of that person. You lose energy if you are prolonging and not detaching in the right moment, because it's what it's supposed to be. So you cut your expansion, and you cut the expansion of the other person because you are just there because of fear or because convenience, the kids, the things you have, etc. So harmonization, the second part of harmonization is at the level of your actions. Is our actions aiming the same goal in exercising our spiritual expansion? And that also again synchronized. It's not like, okay, I want to grow with you, but I won't do the actions that sustain a mutual opening and a mutual concretization of our harmonization. And this is so important, especially in male and female relationships, because the harmonization is a place of equanimity. See the relationship like a business. If you give, you receive. If you give more than you receive, the harmonization is not in there. If you are receiving more than you're giving, harmonization is not there. If you're carrying the other person by saying, inspiring the other person to do certain things, this is especially in women, right? We want our man to elevate itself. It's very important for us, so we can continue expanding the spiritual realm, the depths of our spiritual realm, of our subtleness. So we want to inspire, say, why you don't take this workshop, or why you don't do this, or talk to Verdania. You are actually carrying the other person, and the other person is just resisting. And in that resistance, there is no harmonization. When there is no harmonization, naturally a process of detachment happens. And that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It's just that the feminine can adapt to the masculine. You know, we are tend to be more compassionate and say, okay, I can follow you for a while. I can accept your ways. I can please you. And the male will do or try the same thing. It will adapt to the female, but it's not the way to go, because at the end you're carrying somebody, or you are not really giving yourself the chance to expand or to be in harmony or in cohesiveness with your own learning process. So I have seen many couples that they compromise just to keep the relationship, and they compromise in order not to take the next step of evolution, their spiritual evolution, because they feel that, oh, if we separate, it's wrong, or it should not be. No, it's more of harmonization. Is if you are in equanimity with each other, and as I say again, is if you are giving the same as you are receiving, for the same purpose of a spiritual nourishment, everything is fine. If that finish, if one of the person don't want to go further, or is not prepared to open a space to renew itself, to detach itself from their own resistances, then naturally the relationship in a year or two, you start feeling that sadness, you lose energy, you can even get ill because you are off your own self-cohesiveness. So harmonization and detachment, I will say that detachment, the natural detachment, happens when there is no harmonization. If you understand harmonization, you can let go more freely of things that you think that you need to keep. But creation is just a flow, and it always put us at the edge of our limits. It's always proposing something like, you need to do something new. You need to learn or experience something that you have not experienced before. And in that harmonization, in that agreement with what life start proposing to you, which you know, that's the one thing. It's not, oh, how I know. No, you know that voice is telling you, oh, I think it's time for me to move a house, or it's time for me to be in another relationship or just let go of that. You know when that is happening. Then the harmonization is so invigorating. It's very invigorating when you match up with the proposals of life, when you are not shy anymore to delude your self-confidence and with the mind saying, oh, this is not possible, or I will do it next year. No, when you have it in front, it's the time to go. And when you feel that the harmonization is off, immediately you should check with the other person. Are you ready to continue it in receiving more spiritual energy inside, to receive more expansion, to receive more dance with creation? Are you in that, or you are up to your limit? You want to wait. So there's nothing wrong with that choice of that other person, because it's just different rhythms of learning, right? So that person maybe want to stop for a few incarnations or a few months, and you wait. But if you know that you have tried many times, you say, okay, that person is not gonna go, and it's gonna manipulate me to keep me attached to that frequency. So, and it's your choice too. Are you willing to stay there? But if that is the case, then you're impeding your own growth, and you're impeding the growth of the other person. Eventually, you are not really growing. But you can see that it's just a different rhythms of learning. If you want to maximize your life and you want to be more agile in the detachment, it's okay. While others is in a more slow process of detachment, and they only harmonize one or two frequencies in one life, while others harmonize several frequencies at different times. So detachment and harmonization it goes hands with hand. That's why if you don't harmonize with the highest part of you, you're going to harmonize with the lower parts of you, with the mundane, with the pain, with the sentimentality, with the illusion. Oh, it should be a relationship a long time. It should be a work that give me this, and with that, you are really closing the gates for a full expansion, or for your next step of inhabiting an area that is brand new for you. Thank you so much for sitting with me, and I'll see you in our next class. Namaste.